Hello and welcome to another episode of Magic Time 6-Pack. In this episode we're going to be opening up 6 packs of Return to Ravnica. Our 6 packs we have today include all 5 of the guilds. We got an Azorius pack, an Izzet pack, a Golgari pack, a Rakdos pack, and a Selesnya pack. And for the 6 we have an Azorius. For those not in the know, Azorius is blue and white, Izzet is red and blue, Golgari is green-black, Rakdos is black and red, and green and white for Selesnya. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's start opening them up. We'll start with these Azorius packs. Alright. Crack this open here. And we start off with an Electrickery, which is a fun card name to say. And this one's pretty good. 1 mana, where it has the overload mechanic, so for only 2 mana you get kind of a weaker Pyroclasm, but just pinging for 1 red is not bad. Search Warrants, and Return to Ravnica, for those not in the know, have a lot of gold cards in them. So we have Search Warrant. This one is not very good for limited or definitely not constructed, so I would advise probably staying away from that one. Sluiceway Scorpion has a scavenge mechanic, and with a Death Touch, it works pretty good in limited. Batterhorn, he's destroys artifacts, so you get some little extra bonus with him on a not too huge of a body though. Roboback Rhino has Hexproof, which is a very powerful mechanic. Seller of Songbirds, I like, it's not the Crazy Catwoman, but the Crazy Bird Woman. Sewer Shambler with Scavenge again, but this one has a pretty cheap Scavenge, so only 3 mana to play, 3 mana to Scavenge. Scavenge is usually a lot more expensive for its mana cost than what the creature actually costs, so that one's not bad for limited. Nothing constructed-wise yet, other than Electrickery has seen some play. Though Gorehouse Chainwalker, our next one with the Unleash mechanic, has seen some play in red decks in constructed. We have Gatecreeper Vine. He searches up a Gate land card. Skyline Predator. He's just a, kind of expensive for limited, 6 mana for just a 3/4, but having flash is nice. 3/4 flyer is also always going to be good in limited. Hover Barrier, a 3 mana 06 flying defender. Probably not too great unless, I don't know, it's very, not a lot of times you're going to be playing that. Izzet Static Caster is a neat card. With flash, haste, and being able to tap deal 1 damage to target creature and each other creature with the same name as that creature is pretty good. It's seen some play with, what's it called? Something Peddler, Nightshade Peddler. The creature with Soul Bond gives Death Touch, so if you give this Death Touch and tapping to deal damage was also going to end up killing any creatures it deals damage to, so not too bad. And for our rare, we have a Mizium Mortars. That's a good card. That's has the overload mechanic. So for 2 mana, you're able to deal 4 damage to a target creature that you don't control, which is a nice removal for red anyway. 4 damage for 2 is not bad. Just for creatures, it doesn't hit players, but still, red doesn't have a lot of abilities to kill big creatures. But with Overload, you can do kind of a double Pyroclasm that way, dealing 4 damage to all creatures. So, a good card. And a Goblin token. I always like these. And again, in Magic Time episodes, or whenever I'm opening packs, I always will point out how it's good that packs should always have a token in them and not the promo advertisement cards, which I'm sure I'm going to open one at some point here. But goblins are also nice. These tokens, I play a lot of goblins in Legacy, so it's always nice to have the new artwork so you can have a variety of different goblins. We have a mountain and a foil armory guard. Armory maybe if you have a gate and limited, but I mean otherwise he's not too exciting. 4 mana for a 2/5 that doesn't do anything if you don't have a gate. Alright, so we're going to open up our second Azorius pack. Alright, we got Swift Justice, nice combat trick and limited. Horncaller's Chant has a way to... It doesn't have... oh, it does have Populate afterwards, so... 8 mana for 2 4/4s, and that's the Selesnya ability, Populate. Goblin Electromancer has seen a little bit of play in Constructed, not much though. He makes instants and sorceries cheaper to cast. Common Bond, putting some counters on different creatures you own. Concordia Pegasus, a 1/3 flyer for 2 is a decent defending creature, and in limited a 3 toughness is pretty good. Destroy the Evidence, Stone Fair Crocodile, which can gain lifelink. 3/2 for 3, not bad at all for limited. Another Gorehouse Chainwalker. Inaction Injunction. Detains, that's the Azorius mechanic, Detain. Which taps, it's kind of a freeze ability where it taps and then they don't untap for a turn. Here's one of the gates that we've heard about with some of the creatures. The Is It one specifically. Fairy Imposter is 2/1, but having to sacrifice unless you return another creature you control means you're not going to be playing it on turn 1 very much. Thought Flare for 5 mana, drawing some cards and then having to discard. Golgari Charm is one of the cards in the Charm cycle. The Golgari one is not the strongest one of the Return to Ravnica cycle. Maybe the worst of all of them. But, I mean, it finds places here and there. And Deathbridge Goliath is the rare. This one's not bad. 4 mana for 5/5. You can't complain about that. I mean, those are good stats for 4 mana. And with Scavenge is just a bonus. So, he's just a good big creature to have. So that's our second rare. Here's one of those junky cards that no one really cares about. I don't know why they include those at all. They should always have at least a token in there. And then just a plains. I'm not sure why they need to include basic lands either. If you need cards or basic lands, you're going to be able to get them at your local card shop. Alright, so we're going to move on to our Is It pack. Those 2 Azorius, we did not open an Azorius themed or stamped card in either of those. We had a Golgari and a Is It. Alright, so there's another Horncaller's Chant in the Is It pack. Cancel, reprinted again, though I like this art. It looks pretty nice, which is new art. Bellows Lizard, he's a more expensive fire-breathing creature, but for only 1 mana for 1/1 lets you put him out kind of early, but still not too exciting. Vassal Soul, this has the hybrid mana cost. Each of the guilds got, I believe, 3 different cards that have the hybrid mana symbol on them, or mana symbols. Zori's just a 2/2 flyer for 3, not bad, but nothing to get too excited about either. Another hybrid, Sundering Growth. This is just naturalized, but with the Populate mechanic attached to it. This one, as long as it's in Standard, I would say you'd probably play this over Naturalized, because just in case you have a token, you get another token. Downsize, that just reduces the power of kind of a pseudo fogging effect. Blue gets these every set. This one's not that exciting. Explosive Impact has some interesting art. It was kind of hard to see what was going on, but in the flames there they got burning some guy pretty good, turned into a skeleton. So interesting. But 6 mana for 5 damage to a creature player is just a more expensive lava axe. So not too nothing to write home about. Another Crocodile. He's a decent sized guy. An Imp, flying, lifelink for 2. Not that impressive. Here's a Homunculus. I do like that creature type. You don't see those a lot. And just, I don't know, 2 mana for 04 Defender, and has some milling abilities. not too exciting. Aqua Steed. Nothing very exciting here either. There's some fog effect, but 4 mana for 1/3, yeah. Drake Mangler, he's a little more exciting. He's seen standard play. He is a 3 mana 3/3, so that's a good size, and then he has a reasonable scavenge for 5, but still a 3 mana 3/3 with haste is going to see some play in standard, or constructed in general. Treasured Find lets you turn cards from your graveyard, and hey, an Abrupt Decay. That's a fine card to open in my opinion. Just this sees some standard play, but it sees a ton of legacy play. That is a 2 mana destroy target artifact or target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 3 or less. So it's sort of like a not snuff out. Now I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, it's pretty good, and it's part of the cannot be countered cycle, which is good. So this will see play in Legacy for a long time in junk colored decks, which are mostly referred to being black and green, but can also include white. So I'm pretty happy with these packs so far, opening Mizzium Mortars, Deathbridge Goliath, and Abrupt Decay. All 3 of those cards have already seen play in Standard, so, or some sort of constructed. So pretty good so far. Another crappy advertisement card, we'll get rid of that, and a forest. Though the lands in Ravnica, the art's pretty good on them. I do like them. So we're going to open Golgari. Still no matching rare for the pack that we open. Maybe we'll open another Abrupt Decay. That'd be okay in my book. Crosstown Courier. Deals damage, 2-player. You mill cards. Not, I don't know, meh. Dynacharge has got, the art kind of sticks out on this one. It's doesn't seem to fit in with the rest of the artwork for Ravnica, but not that it's bad or anything. But I don't know, it's not super exciting. Gives you a +2/+0 for 1 with overcharge. Gives it everyone. Big Scavenge Worm, 7 mana to cast and to scavenge is definitely going to be a late game thing, and he's only 5/5. I'm not too excited with him, though. Black doesn't get giant monsters usually, so he's probably going to be top of your curve and limited. Here's another Sluiceway Scorpion, not bad. Chemister's Trick, nothing to write home about there. Another Chainwalker, so lots of those so far. Our second one of these injunctions. Second Guildgate. Keening Apparition, destroying. This is a Romnan unicorn knockoff, but this one's a spirit. So be able to destroy a target enchantment if you sacrifice it, but it's a 2 mana 2/2, which is, certainly fine. Another card that interacts with gates. So if you have one of these gates out, it gets an extra ability, or well, it's able to attack in this case. Oak Street Innkeeper. As long as it's not your turn, creatures you control have X proof. So a 3 mana 1/2 is not very good, but being able to protect your creatures when it's not your turn is nice. So your opponent's only going to be able to deal with your creatures if they have instant speed instead of sorcery. Izzet Charm is pretty good. Lets you counter non-creature spells. Controls, unless they pay 2 damage to target creature or player, and draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. So this one's one of the better of the cycle. And then the rare, oh no, that's not the rare. Street Spasm. This is the first card to be spoiled with the overload mechanic at the beginning of the spoiler season for the set. And the rare, hey, we're doing pretty good with the rares. That's a mythic Jace Architect of Thought. That's pretty good. This shot up to like $50, I think, right away with the set being released, and it still sees some play here. So, all right, I'll just put you by my Abrupt Decay and Mizzium Mortars and be pretty happy with myself. All right, another junk card, though. No, that's not the that's Jace there, but not the Jace artwork from the Planeswalker card, and a mountain. So let's see if we can keep opening amazing cards. This is the Rakdos. Maybe we haven't opened a Rakdos card yet, so, or for a rare. So we'll see if this one's actually Rakdos. Another Electrickery, Crosstown Courier, Launch Party, sacrifice. Is it just yeah? It's additional cost. You have to sacrifice, and then it destroys a creature. But its controller also loses 2 life. So in limited, pretty good. There's not a ton of great limited removal in this set. So. And Avenging Arrow, again, not super great for removal, but it gets the job done in a pinch. Spawn of Rix Madi is an interesting name. Unleash, 5 mana, and if you don't want it to block, it can be a 6/4, which is pretty good for 5 mana in a red-black deck in Limited. Courser's Accord, that's 6 mana for putting 2 3/3s. It's kind of like the Horncaller's Chant, except you get 3 3s instead of 4 4s, but it is a cheaper card to cast. Perilous Shadow, it's a shade creature, so shade has the pump effects that you can pay with black mana, but being an 0/4 to start with is not bad because it can act as a wall and protect you when you're not attacking, but when it does attack in, pumping it makes its toughness so high that it immediately jumps to a 6 if you just pump it once. Makes it tough to kill, so that's good. Splatter Thug, first strike, 3 mana 2/2 with Unleash, so if you don't want it to block, a 3/3 for 3 with first strike is pretty good, so that's something you want to take in your Limited or draft. Centaur's Herald, 1 for an 0/1. You pay 3, sacrifice, you get a 3/3 Centaur. In Limited, it's not too exciting unless you have a bunch of populate cards. If you do, then it's not bad. But Destroy the Evidence again, destroying land that's gotten ganked pretty bad in recent years. Land destruction in general, so it's not too great. 1 mana, add 1/0 for each of its colors. So most of the time, it's just going to be 2/0 since there's not a lot of 3 or 4. Well, yeah, I don't think there's any 3 or 4 colored cards in the set. So not too exciting. Psychic Spiral, just more. Or no, that's not top player. No need to look into that more than we have to. Lifelink and Haste, 5 mana 3/3. This is a good limited card. It black and red having a lifelink is a little weird, though black does have lifelink, but it being on a red card is kind of strange to see, but I suppose that would explain the haste. So if you're playing limited drafting, this is a good card to get. And the hits keep on coming. This is a Rakdos rare, and that is a destroy target creature or planeswalker for 2. This is kind of a play off of, boy, I'm really bad at remembering names today. Terminate, which was also a black and red to destroy target creature, but it couldn't regenerate, and it was an instant. This is a sorcery, but in exchange for it not being an instant and being able to regenerate your creature, you can also take out planeswalkers, which seems to be something black is able to do now. And it's one of the rare cards where Wizards actually mentions planeswalkers in the text. That's a thing that the card does, which I'm sure they'll do more since they're pushing planeswalkers. And they're becoming a bigger part of the set. Another junk card, Swamp, and we're going to open our last Selesnya pack. Alright, so we'll see if we get no Selesnya rare. We got Jace isn't part of a, well, I'll go over that when I go through this here, I guess, when at the end. Paralyzing Grasp, tapping. Our creature doesn't untap during its controller step. One of the few removal-esque spells in the set. Just giant green monster that's a elk. Big slug, 2/6 for 5. Nothing exciting there. Another removal. Good naturalize again. A goblin electromancer again. Stab Wound is an underrated removal card. It deals creature gets -2/-2, and its opponent, or the controller of the creature it's on, loses 2 life every turn. So it can stack up if you put it on something that doesn't actually kill it, and it weakens the creature. Pretty good. Knightly Valor is another card that takes advantage of Populate. It's not actually a Selesnya card, it doesn't have the watermark, but again you're putting a creature token into play. But it plays off of the enchanted sub-theme of Azorius, or just white in general, where there's a lot of cards that care about the number of enchantments you have, or enchantments just being better. There's Indrink, Reach, this is just a giant spider. Stealer of Secrets, deals damage, it's the... Ooh, I don't remember. Again, I'm forgetting card names, but deals damage, you draw a card. Slum Reaper. Sacrifice, this is... once again, forgetting, there's a card in Alara that has the same ability. This comes into play, both players have to sacrifice creature, so you can sacrifice this if you want, maybe to get something better from them. Locust with a Scavenge. 6 mana to cast him. That's a little expensive, even for a 3/3 flyer. So, yeah. Rakdos Ringleader is enters 6 mana for a 3/1. Is pretty pricey. It does have first strike and a very cheap regenerate, and whenever it deals combat damage, that player discards a card. So it does powerful things, but still a 3 or 1 toughness is pretty fragile on a 6 mana creature. So, in our rare, the Hypersonic Dragon. This is one of the cards you'd get during the pre-release, depending on the pack or the guild that you picked. So that's our final rare. We get a Night token and Swamp, and the Night token goes with our Knight of Valor, or Knightly Valor, pretty well. So to sum things up, pretty good card opening. As we got the Izzet's Hypersonic Dragon, which is cool. The Hypersonic Dragon is pretty neat. Dreadbore, Jace, Architect of Thought, Abrupt Decay, Deathbridge Goliath, and Mizium Mortars. Pretty much all of those, well, not so much a dragon, but all 5 of these can certainly be played in Standard Constructed right now. So pretty good. I'm happy. Thanks for watching. I'll have more 6-pack episodes in the future, as well as opening other product and my Magic Time show. So check in on the channel and watch some more videos. You have a good time and have some fun playing Magic.